By pressing play, you've been transported to a dimension where there will be no apologies given for the abstract and asinine comments made here by the host and their guests. With that being said, thank you for listening and enjoy your experience.
We are aca-awesome.
We are Pitches.
Are you ready?
For episode 29 of the most ridiculously random pop culture podcast in the 719.
Yo, where the captions at?
Yo, where the captions
you're not
at?
singing.
Where the captions
How
at?
you gonna go to doing
Where the
beat
captions
when
at?
I'm supposed to be doing beat?
Where the captions at?
You're. That's why you're a one-man band.
Multifaceted, can
I
do
don't
a
talk to
little
you.
bit of this.
Is it science?
Ow.
No.
As always, guys, guess what? I'm yours truly, Kelsford Show, aka He's a Hunter. Join with me always is my bro host,
the emo kid in these streets, Roscoe Tinkoya.
Yes,
Hello,
yes,
folks.
y'all. Yeah, and joining us always, my right-hand guy, my brown man that understand the round, mound, something else. I'm going to edit, I'm not going to edit this out, but he's going to edit it out because he's our editor.
Come on, Freddie Benson.
Yeah, that boy Daniel with the D. Daniel.
I'm keeping all of this in.
All right, cool.
Hello, everyone. Just want to say, don't sing too much of the songs because we don't have license.
Oh, I know all about not having licenses, but one thing I do have a license and that's a license to chill, baby. And joining us today is one of our great friends, one of the goodest is not a word, but I'm going to say it, one of the most well-balanced. She's welcomed us into her home on many of drunken nights and on multiple occasions. If you've been a fan or follow me and Ross Snapchats, anytime you see us randomly singing Moana or some weird-ass white people music at 3 a.m. in the morning, she's responsible.
This is where we're at.
Moana's brown.
No, we go into a Disney session, and then next thing you know, we're told to play music, and we go into our white music, and it alters from alternative rock to 80s rock to
then you don't even get to see our clogs.
80s pop.
When them hoes come out, you know it's out here popping. But that guest is none other than Amber.
Ooh, hey guys, what's up?
Shit. It's another day, baby. It's another day. So, let's get this show on a roll. And always, if you're a first-time listener, hopefully after this, you could come back and become a captioner. That's what we decided to name our fans. And if you don't know how we start the show, we started off with, yo, what's poppin'? And that's where we go around and talk about headlines in the world of pop culture. And what we're going to start this session off with today is wrestling.
And you know we always started off with wrestling. So, over the weekend, we've had two pay-per-view-esque events. One from WWE featuring not their main roster, but NXT, where they had 5 matches. All the titles were on the line, and then just an extra special match. None of the champions lost their belts, so Damian Priest is still champion, Io Shirai is still champion, Finn Balor still champion. Honestly, Finn Balor and Kyle O'Reilly might be the new best match of the year contender because that shit was dope.
And was it regular Finn Balor or was he the monster?
No, he's the Prince Finn Balor now.
He's
low key going into the Prince form, but without being called the Prince. He's basically his Bullet Club. I'm always stunned. Everybody has to look to me. I came back to NXT to make.
But did
NXT
they have
shine.
to clear that shit with Prince's estate? Does he have the right to
No,
use
he doesn't
the
call
right?
himself the Prince though. This isn't like in New Japan where he calls himself the Prince. Us indie wrestlers know that this is the Prince persona.
Word.
But Velveteen Dream lost his match and might be written off with an injury, as well as what's the last match? I forgot what the last title
So is
match
that injury
was.
in story or did he actually get injured?
It's gonna probably be in story because of how the match and the person he wrestled with, which is a technician, and he attacked him again, like after the match. But the real key points is Ember Moon is back from her maybe 8 month to a year Achilles injury, and she went back to NXT, and
That's what's up.
So she's going to probably be competing for Io Shirai, as well as Toni Storm made her announcement that she's leaving NXT UK to come to NXT US or just regular old NXT. as well as Adam Cole ended up, well, the end of the night, Adam Cole ended up being attacked by a new wrestler from the UK scene. I forgot what his name is. So, Undisputed Era's wondering what the heck happened and might be setting up a whole feud with that. And on the other note, the other pay-per-view was TNA Victory Road, which I did not watch and found out literally Sunday morning, and did not feel like going to watch that because.
So did they have to beat the Elite 8 before they got to Victory Road, or was that just word?
You're a dick. Nah, but no, Victory Road.
Penis is actually
Victory
the scientific
Road
term.
technically is their fast lane.
Word.
So Victory Road is their last pay-per-view before their Slammiversary, where if y'all haven't been listening, I announced 2 weeks ago where The Rock will make his first ever non-WWE debut because he will be inducting Ken Shamrock into the Hall of Fame via a Zoom video.
Word. Amber, favorite wrestler all time.
Well, you know, I used to watch it with my brother. Don't remember a ton of it. Who's the guy that did a bunch of cocaine? Used to get
All of them?
crazy about it.
Ultimate Warrior.
The infamous one for
Ultimate Warrior.
The
Randy
Ultimate Warrior?
Savage.
Or
Randy
Macho Man?
Savage. There we
Okay.
go. I'll take Randy
Word.
Savage for the win.
Macho Man. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one, baby.
Exactly.
You can never go wrong with Randy Savage.
But on that other reminder, we did forget to give out an RIP to Animal from the Road Warriors. He did pass away last week.
Yeah, you did. At the age of 60, I believe. R.I.P. to Animal.
Yep. But yeah, that's all of wrestling outside of, the usual. Like I told y'all, it's probably on day 5 or 6 of the G1 Classic. So there's still like 18, well, not 18, but 20 more days left in that before we find out who wins that. And I'm not going to announce that until the score brackets get closer.
Word. Speaking of classics, did you watch The Craft growing up, Amber?
I actually just saw The Craft for the first time during
Oh!
Oh my god. Well,
I
better
know.
late than never. That was one of my sister and my personal favorite movies growing up as kids was The Craft. For whatever reason, just being in Georgia, being black, I don't know why we love watching this movie. A bunch of little white girls and their black friend dealing in witchcraft, 'cause especially being from the South, we don't fuck with that witchery and shit. But we love that fucking music. And over that movie, but over this week, they have released the trailer for the new one,
I saw
The
that.
Craft Legacy, through Blumhouse.
Yes.
Yes,
That's why I'm
Blumhouse.
actually-
My fault, Blumhouse.
Yeah, my coworker is the one that showed it to me during quarantine at work, and he told me they're making a second one.
Word.
Or yeah, second
A
one.
continuation.
I suppose.
So hopefully
Yep.
it's like a trilogy. Because I thought it was supposed to get a CW rebooted series, which maybe it still might, or maybe this is the treatment they decide not to go with CW. So they're like, all right, we're gonna just take it, go to Blumhouse, and turn it into a movie. And I'm looking forward to it. I know a lot of Craft fans are like scoffing at it, but I'm just like, it's a new day, it's a new age. Goth girls are still around, but there's a new generation. Like, everybody doesn't have to look spooky to be spooky. And magic just doesn't fuck with you because you look like you're into it. Like, it's all about that energy inside you. So, yeah, definitely look forward to that.
And another cool thing, too, is it looks like just 3 girls that are from 3 different groups of high school society, but yet they're all friends, and they get one more to become their 4th in the covenant, and the 4th looks like the typical loner new student. They bring her into the group. She becomes the more gothiest girl, and they all kind of follow lead, but she has more of the powers. But I can't wait to see it.
Word. And speaking of movies, there's been a lot of big comic book news that come out as far as the MCU is concerned.
Yes.
For example, Iman Vellani has been cast as Miss Marvel. For those out there that are familiar with Marvel comics, it's not Captain Marvel's daughter. She's a Muslim, and she's one of her biggest heroes is Captain Marvel. That's why she takes on the moniker of Miss Marvel in the comic books. If you play the Avengers game that just came out, she's the focal point of that, and she's been a long time fan favorite for the new generation of comic book fans and for the older ones, because
Yeah,
she
because
still has.
she's one of my fan favorites.
Yeah, because she has the highest selling graphic novel of the last
I
decade.
got that issue number 1, day 1, baby.
Yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. Kamala Khan, she's a dope character. She's definitely what the world needs right now.
Hell yeah.
And also, Jamie Foxx will be back as Electro in Spider-Man 3. I don't know how he worked that magic, but hey, it shocked everybody. Pun very much intended. And the fact of the matter is, he kind of spilled the beans because we already getting hints that we're going to get some type of Spider-Verse live-action crossover with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in the Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness movie, but now it's basically been confirmed. Whatever happens, that film is going to carry over into Spider-Man 3, and Jamie will be back as that Electro. Now, my question is, will he be back same aesthetically, or will they revamp his visuals? Because my main issue with his character in the movie was not the fact it was Jamie Foxx, it was the fact that they went from goofy, awkward guy to now I'm a dark, menacing villain, when they should have made him the weird, dark, solo character from Jump Street. So when he did turn evil, he already was there. Now he had the power to take it out on Spider-Man instead of him being goofy and like, oh, Spider-Man, my best friend, I've got cake and we're going to eat it. He doesn't know who I am. Of course not. You're nobody. Why would Spider-Man know who you are? But that goes into a whole nother thing. And also, you could get more into, if they would have played that series, you could get more into the psyche of somebody that suffers from being isolated. And that's the thing too, a lot of people are dealing with now with the whole COVID, of being a loner inside a lonely situation. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that all plays out.
This whole pandemic, I've been talking to pictures of Andrew Garfield on my wall.
I know.
Yeah, it's fine.
I've been there. That wasn't web fluid, but whatever that was on the wall, shit. Do you, boo? Do you? Because you're more like Tobey Maguire, because you just make your shit organically, I guess. I'm just saying. And also over the week, speaking of TV side of things, Chris Rock hosted the season premiere of SNL with musical guest Megan Thee Stallion. I didn't watch the whole thing because me and SNL, I watch it here and there depending on the host is. And normally when there's a black host, that's one I watch. Go figure. And those are usually the better ones and have the highest ratings. Chris Rock came out, did his thing. You know, he made some jokes about the current situation with the president. It's all in jest, but at the same time, if a man could joke about people being dead, why can't we make a joke about him possibly getting sick and dying for some shit too? I mean, everything's a joke until it's not a joke.
I'm going to have to agree with that one.
I mean, he made a joke about COVID, and now he has COVID. And if y'all haven't heard, now since he's at Medical Read, he's been at the greatest school and now has the knowledge to know about this. Unlike them book reading schools. Yes, he called it book reading schools.
And that's the thing too, it's so funny about it. It's like, it's almost so funny you can't even make a joke about it because it's there. It's like, why are you gonna like, it's just too meta, it's too surreal. And I'm about to say it, The Simpsons did it. So I don't know if it's gonna come through fruition or not, but like,
after seeing that picture of The Simpsons showing the secret agent in front of the casket, I'm just like,
and also,
if he loses, it might happen.
And just to say this too, is like, I can make fun of somebody all I want to. I could criticize somebody for how they handle their job and their professionalism or lack thereof all day long, without wishing death upon them. Because I don't wish death upon nobody. But I can make a joke. I can critique you for what you do as a living individual. And so far, not that good of a job. And speaking of doing good jobs, speaking of somebody that always delivers a great job, South Park dropped their pandemic special over the week, and it was amazing. It's South Park.
Great. So many good callbacks.
Exactly.
Even like callbacks to even like 3 seasons ago. Like literally it was like, oh, y'all gonna bring Mickey Mouse back?
You remember fucking the back?
I literally forgot they went to China.
I know, they did the whole thing. That shit was fucking awesome.
And it was like, oh, guess what? We did went to China, and guess what we did? All this other stuff.
All that other stuff. Maybe integrity is the solution for everything. And speaking of Meg Thee Stallion, because she did perform on SNL, like I just mentioned, and she had a very powerful message with some of her songs. You know, like Breonna Taylor, rest in power, rest in peace, girl. And she brought to attention, like, you know, sometimes your skin folk ain't your kin folk, and we really need to start protecting Black women, Black men, and just people in general, for all the all lives matter people out there, it wouldn't be an issue if all lives truly matter and we were created equal under the laws of the government. So it is what it is. You can argue with it, you can't, but at the end of the day, if you're arguing with me about how somebody that's shot in their own home, there's no repercussions for that action. There's an issue with you and not what happened and occurred.
And please don't tell me just because so and so that lived in the place selling drugs justify for her to get shot up. She was asleep, as stated. It's still somebody getting shot into their house, and as we know, all these cops had to do was their basic research was to check a name before they went out.
Exactly.
For the warrant.
All it just takes is a little compassion. That's all. Just imagine it was done to you. That's all we're trying to say. And like I said, and with that being said, Meg Thee Stallion actually dropped a new single over the weekend. It's called Don't Stop featuring Young Thug. Also, Julia Michaels dropped a new song, Lie Like This. My boy Lupe Fiasco dropped a new track with soundtrack called Oh Yes. And the girl Demi, that whole little Snap Lovato, dropped a new single called Still Have Me. And as always, you can find all those songs on YWDCA 10 because this is October. This is the 10th month. And this is the 10th playlist of the year.
And like always, the Gorillaz dropped a new single this week featuring Elton John and Black, as well as a music video, Pink Phantom. It's not that, I mean, it's great. It's the Gorillaz.
Word. And Bryson Tiller dropped Anniversary, his new album, after a long stint of relaxing and just, getting his mind right and handling business. And then my favorite K-pop group, Blackpink, dropped a new album. I love
girls
it.
is bopping.
They are bopping and ain't stopping anytime soon. They also had a little YouTube special release leading up to the debut of their new single and music video. And
I'm gonna be honest, I'm low-key jealous that they're not getting the BTS treatment. As meaning they ain't got a video game. They ain't got like 3 video games out yet, mobile games, and none of that. I'm waiting for them to get their big pop.
Word. They could get it. Like, I see it happening sooner than later. And also, the boy, none other than Sir 21 of Savage, dropped his new album, Savage Mode 2, produced by Metro Boomin, which is also narrated by the one and only God himself, Morgan Freeman. And the music is good. If you've been waiting for 21 to drop some new shit like me, you're gonna love it. It's trap, it's hood. He's doing his 21 shit, and I just love it. And he actually has stepped up his bar game too, because now he's just not rapping, he's rhyming, which doesn't make sense, but trust me, it makes sense to me. Like, he's putting that extra effort into his bars.
He's putting that extra effort into his lyricism.
And you can see the growth in 21 from when he first started to where he is now. And I have no problem with that. Do your thing, young man.
And
Do your thing.
if you're questioning why is Morgan Freeman just on the album, he is doing great interlude and transition voices to each song, which makes the whole album even more better as a whole.
Word. And before we move on, Ross, is there anything in the world of video games you want to talk about real quick?
Yes. As y'all
transition?
know that the consoles come out next month. Wait, no. Yeah, it's next month. Next month is November. So, with that being ahead, the day of the Xbox releases, not only will they come out, but EA Play will actually officially be added to the Xbox Game Pass. The day before that comes out, Gears Tactics will finally be ported to Xbox and will be on the Game Pass. And unclear yet. Might have to figure out some stuff, but the Xbox pre-orders might go back up. But we know for a fact there will not be no new pre-orders going up live for the PlayStation 5. So fingers crossed, people. Wait for that second shipment or wait for them people that cancel them orders if you're trying to get a day one.
Hell yeah. And with that being said, that's going to bring an end to Yo It's Poppin'.
Oh, actually, no. There is one more thing. Cyberpunk finally went gold, y'all. So you know what that means.
That's one more thing I don't care about.
True, but for us gaming nerds,
Word.
it means that the game's actually now being produced for shipment, and the game doesn't, if anything, will get a day one patch that's not that big, and the game's technically 95% complete to shipment.
Yo, that Cyberpunk has been in development for a long time.
It was supposed to drop out in February. Literally,
That's
that and Avengers was supposed to come out beginning of this year. Cyberpunk was
Keanu
technically
Reeves gonna be on John Wick 7 by the time that shit comes out. You gonna have like the whole dog in the game.
Cyberpunk was supposed to come out a whole December of last year, and they pushed it all the way to now.
Word. All right. So now here we go.
Where we going?
We going, and we're about to geek out.
We geeking.
Yes, because we geeking out about this aca-awesome, this pitch fabulous ass film, this sonically seductive piece of cinema. Yes, baby. It's none other than the. I'm not gonna start banging on the table because that's just gonna fuck up with the audio. But we're talking about 2012's Pitch Perfect. Yes, I'm gonna be a hipster right now because I actually saw this movie in the theaters before it got popular by the masses after the Cup song took over the interwebs.
Which we were doing the Cup shit as kids.
I grew up doing the Cup stuff too. I did.
All right, Cup stuff is not the Cup song.
No,
it actually is the same.
Like I said, they ain't the shit.
I learned that on Zoom.
But like I said, I saw it in theaters with the homegirl Leslie, aka Rice Cakes. Y'all heard her on the show before. And like, I loved it. We saw the preview for it while seeing some other movie. I think it was like Twilight or some shit like that. It could have been a Harry Potter. I'm like, ooh.
Wasn't I with y'all that night?
No, you was no. It was just me and Leslie that saw that shit in theaters. Cause it's like, oh, word, a movie about acapella, women singing, and it's a comedy. Word. And also this was a time when we were gleeking out because we were Glee fans, so anything musical, doing shit like that, like, gotta watch it. So watched the movie, loved it, bought it on DVD, showed the homies, and for like, I kid you not, for at least a good 2 months solid, every day, I watched that movie at some point in time. Because once I tried to stop fucking with it, it came on HBO. And I was staying at Ross, and we all, like me, Ross, Kev, we all staying together at the time. So Ross would wake and bake. He'll wake up, play the movie. I go to work, come back, chilling, flip through HBO, the movie's on, play it. We get ready for the night, play the movie, come back from a night out drunk. Fuck, what we gonna do? Drink a little bit more? All right, play the movie. So then I started working at the hotel after I went cold turkey. I'm like, I gotta stop watching this movie every fucking day. Had to stop. But as soon as I started working at the hotel doing laundry, what's like the number one song on the radio? The fucking Cup song. So you know what happened? I relapsed. And I relapsed hard. And I fall right back into it. And I'm not mad at it, but it's just fucking hilarious to see like 3 grown black men just watch this movie 3 times a day just because it's on, it's easy, and it's fun. And it's awesome.
There's nothing to do at times.
It's aca-awesome.
You got it.
Awesome.
That's that alley-oop.
Yeah, there was nothing to do. And I actually got to recall you. You took me to go see it the second time because you was like, it was too good you had to go see it twice. So we saw it the second time, and then you bought the DVD, watched the shit out of it, stopped watching the DVD because it hit HBO. That was during the time when we always just would be on HBO because we were bored. So it was ESPN, HBO, and Cartoon Network all day.
That is true.
So we were just stuck with it. And then Kelsey we all went cold turkey because it went off of HBO and we stopped watching the DVD and we went back to our normal lives. And next thing you know, Kelsey replayed the shit again and we went back on it. But it wasn't like it was Mean Girls. Mean Girls was probably our worst because we literally left it on 24/7 and that was what we were doing regardless of anything. Would turn on a TV in the house and Mean Girls would be playing on one of the 2 DVDs downstairs.
Amber, what got you into Pitch Perfect? What made you be like, ooh, I need to watch this movie?
It's honestly the acapella. I just love listening to it because their voices are amazing.
Word.
And then the comedy aspect of it, the little snide little things that they slide in there all the time.
Were you a singer in school? Were you a part of a choir or anything like that?
Yeah, I did choir throughout elementary school. Didn't continue after that, but I love to sing. I mean, we sing all the time when you come to the house. We sing.
Yes, we do. And dance.
No shame about singing and dance. Yeah.
Theatrics is my thing.
So I just like grooving to it, you know?
Exactly.
Yep.
That's what's up. And speaking of like the little snide things, one of my favorite things about the movie is its quotableness. Yes. Like it's so quippy. It's just little lines here, there, and third. Like for example, That's what I love about the show, because like every time I'm like, yo, this is gonna be the structure of this episode. We're gonna do this. No, fuck that shit. So the part of the movie when fucking Chloe runs into Becca in the shower and has make her basically audition, and Becca's just like, oh, you're real confident. She's like, you can't see what I'm doing right now. She's like, yeah, I am. Just little shit, little lines like that.
Yeah.
Like, I loved it. Fucking, speaking of lines, what are some of you guys' favorite lines, quotes from the movie?
Oh, the day after initiation, when everybody got drunk and they was and the first two females had to get kicked out the band because they done broke the rule, because they done got their vaginas taken by the opposing male team.
The treble tones.
The treble
treble
tones.
In treble bone. And even when fucking
You got a musical boner.
when Aubrey was talking to Becca when Becca was leaving, like, I could totally see your toner, and Becca was like, no, that's my dick. I was like, yes. Like, that's what a woman would say. Women don't have to be all prissy and like, no, that's my dick. Like, talk to her like a real G. Like, fuck out of here. Oh man, I love that. My personal favorite line comes from the girl Stacy when she just points to her vagina and is like, he's a hunter, and they're like, am I he? And she just looks at him like, once again, just did a little head, and I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yo, that's fucking funny, because it's a hunter. She lets you know what she about. Like she's the hot chick. She's the quote unquote slutty one, but ain't no shame in your game. Like, if you want to have sex, have sex. Do your thing. Just make sure it's consensual, and it's not with like an animal or some shit, unless that animal could talk and gives it your consent. Like one beaver to another beaver. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Good point. But.
I'm just saying. That's just me. Y'all can do what y'all want to do. I'm just saying. I'm gonna respect the woodland critters in all shapes and forms. But at this thing too, like with the movie, it starts off with the ridiculousness of it. Sets the tone so high at the beginning when Aubrey fucking throws up projectile vomits everywhere, like a scene out of Scary Movie 2 and shit. Cause it's not like a little vomit. It's like a fire extinguisher of just fluids, just bah! If you seen the movie, you know. If you haven't, watch it.
You need to watch it.
And then from that point on, it's all downhill from there. But uphill too, because then you actually get the story, which the movie's about. Becca going to college, figuring out who she want to be and how she wants to get there.
Amber never said her favorite moments.
So. I was gonna say, I don't remember the exact quote, but it's when they're working out in the auditorium and Fat Amy's like laying behind the seats and she's like, I'm doing something horizontally.
I'm running horizontally.
Running horizontally.
Yeah, so like, I'm just gonna let
because she's got some funny things that comes out of her mouth.
I'm gonna finish him like a burrito. Like, yo, like, come on, man. Like, Ashley's not Fat Amy, it's Fat Patricia. Like, oh, it's so many little lines.
I swallowed my twin cousin in fetus.
Yes. Yes. And from Lily. Lily is like the b-boxer of the group. She's an Asian shorty, but she speaks so low, and that's one of the running gags. Like, you really don't know
you get to episode
what
3.
she's saying.
Until you get to the third one.
Yeah, but you really don't know what she's saying. That's one of the examples. We'd be like, yo, where the captions at? So when you have characters like that, put the captions on. I'm like, oh, she actually said that? That's fucking funny, and that's one of the things too about the whole trilogy. Because once we do the third one, we could talk about it in its whole totality. But there's things that overlap and go into other films that are called back to the previous movies.
And they just set them up so perfectly.
Exactly, and the movie also put Anna Kendrick on the map, but it was that breakout role for her that took her to that next level. Because then she was in what Disney movie was it? Into the Woods.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Because she could sing and she could carry a note. Like, she has a hit record with the Cup song. And then you have
she got her own TV show from HBO Max.
Yep, she got a lot of shit. Then you have like the character Cynthia. She plays the lesbian character played by Esther Dean, the artist that gave us Drop It Low, Girl, Drop It Low. She does a couple of songs on other soundtracks in this series. But then she has little moments too when like they got scared about something, and Stacey's like, then she's like, I'll protect you, and then she grabbing the titties and shit. And then it's just like, yo, girl, like, I don't know why you do it. We here right now. No, I'm grabbing things too.
But the whole bet with Fat Amy and what you call it, and the callback at the end with her, and you come to find out that it's not just only one person on in the group that's a lesbian.
Yeah.
Her lesbian girlfriend was also an acapella.
And that's real subtle because a lot of this shit in the movie that I love, you only catch rewatching this because you're so focused on what's in front of you and what you're hearing as far as the music goes. But then you catch all that little dialogue and all the like background shit and how everything does connect. Because like, for example, like the guy Jesse, played by Skylar Aston, who's also in one of my favorite new series on the Extraordinary, Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist on NBC. He plays the love interest to Becca, but then they set up the hot DJ, college DJ that's older, and make you think like, oh, it's gonna be like a love triangle, but it's not. And I was like, oh shit, cool. You didn't go so cliche with it. But then even him being a part of the Treble Tones, like the rival male group, and their the lead singer in that is Bumper, played by Adam Devine from Workaholics. His star actually rose a lot after that movie too. But then just Jesse and Becca's relationship, I always found a little frustrating because Jesse was just trying to be a good dude that you could tell is digging Becca, but she's so closed off and like, I don't need you. I'm like, yeah, you do. But you acting like we don't have a connection, but then when I'm trying to do the right thing and tell your dad that you're in jail, you get mad at me. Nobody else had your back. Everybody else dipped on you. Like, let me be the nice guy. And also his roommate, Benji.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
Fucking Benji is so fucking awkward and adorable. Because they went to this fucking acapella mixer and Jesse telling this is motherfucking Benji not to be weird. And Benji's like, okay. And then just like a dove out of nowhere just flies because he's into magic and shit.
Yep.
It's oh my God.
But what's even more hilarious is the fact that you know Benji's into acapella, but you didn't know Jesse was into it. And then you just find out like, oh, that was one of Jesse's secret hidden passion. Why? Because he loves movies. Why? Because he wants to do soundtracks for movies. That's the reason why he's interning as a DJ.
Yes, and speaking of music, because we don't have the license to any of these songs, so what are some of your favorite musical scenes in the first one?
I mean, honestly, when they finally do, or their first, like, in the pool, get together.
Oh, the riff off.
Yeah, the riffs off. Yeah,
Yeah.
because, I mean, not to go into too much detail, but you see a lot of those throughout the movies, and that was your first, like, glimpse into it, and
Yes.
those are fun.
That was fun, because it was something different. Them was like, do motherfuckers really do this shit? Or somebody was sitting there like, you know, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
like a rap cipher, but with acapella groups, and we make it real urban. We make it real grounded and gritty. We put it in a abandoned pool.
In a pool.
In the middle of nowhere. At night.
It's a pool in the middle of the summer where it should be filled, but they're just having it empty
not.
for no reason in the acapella group. What's even more weird is it's big enough that it's like a stadium-sized pool, but yet not looking like a stadium-sized pool at the same time.
I don't know, but
because they had people crawl down, but yet people sitting at the edge of the pool. So it's just like, all right. As well as the school wasn't even known for swimming or none of that. I just
so maybe
realized
that's why the
school
pool's
didn't
empty. Be like, you know what? Cut the budget.
Yeah.
No more swimming. No more swimming.
They ain't winning
They
shit.
never even explained any of their school sports. They said
The
how good the
was a thing.
acapella was doing.
Yeah. And because one of my favorite musical moments probably it's just the little things too, like because they do the whole thing like put your hands in and they do they all sing okay, but that's one thing, a thread throughout the whole movie. They could never get it right until the end, and it's like, oh, they finally got it. They did the thing. Like they came together. Like fuck yeah. But I gotta say shit. That's a lot.
I'm going with the Treble Tones final song sequence.
Ooh, with the magic, cause they got Benji in the group.
Yeah,
nigga, when they get Benji and they do the whole, I got the magic because he's the magic guy. You can't get
as
that
well
wrong.
as he always wanted to be a part of the group
And he finally got
never
there.
made it
because Bumper leaves to go on tour with fucking John Mayer. Oh, one of my favorite art is the bus scene when they start singing Miley Cyrus, and then they all get to the part. Put my hands up. They all look at Becca like, bitch, you know you want to sing. So I put and they just be grooving, they having a good ass time, and then of course they run out of gas and shit like that. But yeah, and the thing too was funny too. That's when they had to get a ride from the Treble Tones because prior to that, fucking Bumper threw a whole burrito at Fat Amy, and she's like, "I've been shot, I've been shot." They was like, then Cynthia tried to give her ass mouth to mouth, like, "Girl, get off me! It's not that serious." But then she had like a piece of burrito behind her ear. She's like, "No, I'm gonna leave that there. It fuels my rage." Because Bumper and Fat Amy got that tension, like they hate each other, but at the same time, like, nah, they fucking, and guess what? they fucking. And it go against the whole, you don't fuck trebles because they're our rival. But like, you know what? It's
But
not
yet
that serious.
Amy was able to secretly fuck a treble tone.
Yes, they kept that shit relatively on the low for a
They did,
while. Yes. Oh, okay. So my question then would be, which character of them all do you relate to the most?
Lily.
Lily? Yeah. I can see that. Yep. Yeah.
That's it. The devil does possess your body. Spoiler alert. Yo, but Lily, and I like too, because there's a scene in the movie where the band breaks up, then they get back together, and you can, and Lily's in like this underground like beatbox battle scene out of nowhere. I was like, oh, word, all right, that makes sense, because she's be doing all that shit. That's my worst impersonation of a beatboxer. Like my mouth didn't even know how to work. Like it just turned to noodles or some shit. But but what about you, Amber? Amber, who's like your favorite character or the character you see yourself most as?
Well, my favorite characters is, these are all going to sound cliche, but it is Fat Amy, just because of the amount of just
Fat Amy.
she just doesn't give a shit. She just is who she is, which is awesome. But if I had to pick someone I relate to, it's probably Becca, just like this angsty girl in like my early 20s, which
with your rebel
relates to
earrings,
me. Yeah,
little gauges.
definitely not as angsty as I used to be, but it was that it feels
Black
very
nail polish.
yeah. But yeah, I mean it you know, she's relatable going into college, like wanting to do her own thing. Her dad doesn't approve of everything she's doing. Like, she's got all this stuff going on, and then she finds this group of girls that's like, all right, we got you. And she's like, I don't want you. And then finally settles into a place.
Word, because I'm glad you brought up Fat Amy, because when she introduces herself to Chloe and Audrey at the beginning, it's like, your name's Fat Amy? I'm like, yeah. I call myself that so you skinny bitches can't talk about me behind my back.
Exactly.
Yeah, like it's like the 8 Mile treatment. Diss yourself before people can just take the ammunition away from them.
Yep.
And I fucks with that, because long story short, if you know more than one Amy, if one of them is fat, that's Fat Amy. Just like in the hood, which Mike, big Mike, little Mike, Mike, old Mike, young Mike, like you. There's the adjectives are there for a reason.
Right.
Yep.
White Mike, we all know a white Mike. We all know a white Mike. And white Mike is normally the blackest one out the squad, too. He keep his J's in boxes. That's the only reason you know he got them. You never see him in them hoes, but he got it. Back in high school, he had the whole velour tracksuit with the Air Force Ones. And that was that's his good clothes, too.
Either he brought him out when it's basketball, or he going out to the club.
Yeah, and it's definitely, white Mike is definitely your family's favorite white friend that you have. Like, why more of them can't be like Mike? See, Mike a good one. Mike could come over anytime.
He get the one cut at a black barber shop.
For real. Your parents be like, you know what, can we do a trade? Can I give Mike, you could go home with, you can stay at Mike's crib. Eat all that potato salad with the raisins in it. Mike's staying over here tonight. But for me,
They're not that bad.
This is why you're getting electrocuted.
see? You like raisins and shit in your potato
Raisins
salad.
and potato salad sounds
Potato salad supposed to
disgusting.
be warm, nigga. But for me, I would have to go, very cliche, I have to go with the boy Jesse. I'm a hopeless romantic. I'm always the good dude that's just interested in the chick that probably really is not interested that much in you, but yet you have to try, because if you don't try, you will never succeed. And then, invite a chick over, make her watch. Suggest that you watch your favorite movies. Bring her a Capri Sun or two. Pop some popcorn and see what happens. But then that's why I love the end of the movie when they do the whole sequence and she incorporates the Breakfast Club song.
Don't You Forget About Me.
Yeah, Don't You Forget About Me, because she didn't like movies because they were so predictable.
Which is fucking stupid
Exactly.
and weird for a kid in this generation in their 20s at that time and period to never watch a movie growing up because they're pretentious. That means you didn't watch TV. So what's the point of you making the point about movies if TV's the same?
And I'm just like, yo, cause I was been just like, girl, you ain't watch no movies. Then she was like, nah. I'm like, let's watch a movie. Like, then you watch the movies, and then she incorporated the Breakfast Club song because he wants to be a cinematographer, a movie scorer. So, and that's one of his favorite movies, like with most people. And then just to see his eyes just light up, like, oh my God, you watched the movie. That's something we connected with. And he's just like, damn, girl, I think I love you. I'm like, yo. I was like, yo, that's me. I'm like, yo. She did the X-Men thing I told her about. Oh my God, she might get a black baby.
No.
But and again, she don't know how to do black hair, so that might be a conflict of interest. But anyways,
what if she studied for it though?
I don't think they treat urban like braidery in school. Like school.
Beauty school, yeah, you can.
Beauty school dropout. Go back to high school. Little thing about grease, baby.
Yeah.
Now she want to grease my scalp. That's a whole nother conversation. But I just want to talk about two of the unsung heroes of this film, and there would be Gail and John, both played respectively by Elizabeth Banks and John Michael Higgins. They are the mediators, the acapella events in all these movies. They MC this shit, and it's so off the raw and funny because she's a woman, of course, and she's not necessarily deadpan, but she's definitely...
Traditionalist.
She's a traditionalist. Then you have John, which is the most misogynistic, straight. He don't even understand what he's saying. It's inappropriate and outdated, but he says it anyway, and that's the joke that he doesn't get. That what he's saying is just off the rail, and it's so funny when he says the shit he says, because not verbatim, but it's like, yeah, maybe now they understand the importance of being in the kitchen a little bit more. Like, yo, what the...
Maybe now they will understand that women should be in the kitchen.
Sometimes
and not
it's better
singing on the stage.
Exactly. Sometimes it's better to be seen, not heard. And maybe the Bellas would get this one day. I'm like, yo, what? And then she's like, well, maybe that's explains why your lack of love, X, Y, Z. But yes, that dynamic is hilarious. It hits all the right beats. And yeah, we can literally talk about this movie all day, but we won't. So that's going to bring this portion of the show. Yo, we geeking out to an end. Geeking. So now this is a part called Yo, Check It Out, where we give recommendations to the people out there that are Pitch fans like ourselves. I'm going to start off with me. So if you watch Pitch Perfect, you love acapella singing, I don't know if it's still on Hulu, but if it is, definitely check out the competition show called The Sing Off, hosted by Nick Lachey. Some of the judges are Sarah Bareilles, my boy from Boys and Men, Sean, and Ben Foster from Ben Folds 5. Is that his name? Ben Folds. Ben Folds from Ben Folds 5. Yeah. Oh, because he folds 5 hands to caress the guitar to play the instrument?
5 hands?
5 fingers. That's what I meant to say. But if he has 5 hands, because he might be a Buddhist or some shit, or into Hinduism, one of those brown Indian type of religions, he might be like a Shiva or some shit, like Goro from Mortal Kombat, and have some things going for him that I just don't see. I know, but that's besides the point. This is the ridiculous and random aspect of the show. But yes, he's a guest host and a host on it, and it's musical, it's competition. Some of my favorite covers from that of all time come from that show because it was a black group from Alabama. I can't recall the name off the top, but they do a very soulful rendition of one of my favorite group songs, Maroon 5, She Will Be Loved, and it slapped. Imagine like Maroon 5 if they were black and they just had all that soul and just poured all that shit on that syrupy pop shit. That shit hit. But yes, The Sing Off. Check it out. Love it like I did. Ross, what about you? What did you want to recommend?
I will have to recommend... I'm going to have to go for old school, yet again, recommendation, High School Musical.
Oh, you can't go wrong with High School Musical. Which one?
Ooh, I'm in the streets. I'm hitting 2, baby.
Ooh, 2, what it was the summer.
I'm hitting 2, baby.
Nigga, that 2 was good. I can't believe how much that was good. Yo, when they had the whole beef with Zac Efron, with Troy ass, because he want to be out there playing golf with motherfuckers while they in the kitchen and cleaning and doing all this shit for the richies.
We gonna talk about this in High School Musical.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. That might be the next one. I'm gonna set that up mentally. All right, High School Musical 2. Was it just 2? Was there no anything after that?
No, I'm gonna just
no subtitles. Just High School Musical 2.
Yeah, High School Musical 2.
Word. What about you, Amber?
Whew, tough question. All right, you can all make fun of me if you want, but I love The Voice, and I've watched every single season. This one was weird because it got cut off with like COVID, and they had to sing their songs at home and record it, and it was real weird, so I didn't technically watch the end of that one, but I love that show every time it comes on. So
see, because my boy Adam Levine,
he's on it too. He is on there. He's not always on there, but he's one of the most
Longest,
standing judges.
Coaches,
Yeah.
yeah. Cause that's what I first
Coaches,
started.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, my boy Adam on V.
Yeah.
Cause during that time period, it was out. Cause that's why I got a lot of my swag from too. I was like, yo, I want to dress like an express model. That's why I fuck with Maroon 5. Like, yo, that's why I got a lot of express ties. You gotta express yourself somehow.
Yeah.
Shit, I was trying to get me a little pop soulful group popping up in these streets.
Yep.
But it was like him, Christina Aguilera, and Blake Shelton was the original 3 guests.
Yep.
Or host, judge.
Then they got
I think Pharrell came later.
Pharrell came later. They had Pharrell.
Yeah.
They had
John Legend,
John Legend,
Usher, CeeLo,
Kelly
Clarkson,
Kelly Clarkson. Yeah. They've had
Alicia
quite a few.
Keys.
Which Alicia Keys did amazing. I love Alicia
Word.
Keys. Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right. With that being said, that's gonna be it. So thank you guys for listening once again to another episode of Yo, Where the Captions at. Amber, thank you so much for coming on and being a guest. And also a captioner, because you are also a fan and you do listen. I'm glad that you enjoy wasting your time by listening to us waste our breaths.
I appreciate you guys having me.
Yes.
No.
I also want to give a shout out to a special individual in here, the boy Brian. You can't see me, but I'm waving at him right now.
No, he's not.
Stop giving away the magic. Stop it. You don't do that. It's for illusion. But yes, because just let y'all know a little background story. Brian and Amber are wed. And Brian has never seen any of the pictures, so he was a trooper. So each week we watch one movie. Now he could critique the movie specifically onto why he doesn't like it in any way, shape, or form, instead of just hating it just for the sake of hating it. Now he could deliberately point to a scene or an actress and be like, "See, this was bad writing. That's just unbelievable. She's not even hitting the doodads and the dill hill keys on the keyboard. Because that's not how real musical engineering work." And while we watching it, I was like, I appreciate that. Because I didn't know that shit. I was just looking at mouse move. But that also let me know he knows what the fuck he's talking about. And always listen to anybody that are knowledgeable of things I am not. Because the only way you learn is by shutting up and listening. So thank you, Brian. Thank you for being true to you.
As well as now being even more mad at the puns we make because you've seen the movie.
And the thing too, that's why I love watching things with people that might not have been a fan of it. You never know what you might like. And there's little things here just to look over and you see somebody just, all right. That's all it is, just okay. You got me there. That was an impersonation of Brian, by the way. That was not a person.
No.
This is just a generalization, but yes. So thank you both for being here, and definitely like everybody know you were actually on this. You be like, yeah, you was on that podcast and them 2 brown dudes and the other black one talk about all the time. Like, yeah, they were. Now you can tell people like,
wait,
hey,
we Muslims now and Daniel's black? You said the 2 brown dudes in the black.
You tell me.
Spooktober, baby.
Spooktober is in the air. Yeah. But yeah. But yes.
Hold on. Roscoe, do you think I'm Muslim?
No, I just wanted to say that.
See, somebody's listening. And once again, I'm going to say it as much as I have to. Thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast. Once again, for being captioners. Merchandise is coming. I can't say soon, but eventually we will have merch out there. So make sure you purchase that shit. As always, I've been yours truly, Kels for Show.
And I'm the one and only Roscoe Tinkoya.
And as always, guys, we love you. We appreciate you. And remember, be one or be nothing.
Be kind, y'all. And thank y'all for listening again. Love y'all.
And have a good night.
Really, nigga?